A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities.
Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Minnesota Vikings.
3-0 versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in week 4.
And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25.
Let's go now. Ready.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Hey, look at this Packers defense.
And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently second best in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't mean...
Oh, it's intercepted. He's trying to get it to Ridley.
Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Abraham. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down.
Well, these two teams, they met in Lambeau earlier in the season with the Packers winning that ball game. So if they can win here in Minnesota, they'd get a sweep of the season series.
To throw on second down. Abraham.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
That burst good for 20 and a first down. Operating from the gun. Abraham.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot.
Under pressure and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Ready. Wide open.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
He has it complete to Christian Watson.
Now he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 37 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Abraham. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Now a 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. Now they'll change things up. Back to Nwangu again on first down.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Tackle made by Grover Stewart.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now 2nd and 5. They'll go right back to Nwangu.
And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Here we go, set.
Now they'll put a receiver in motion left.
He's going to handle it on the touch pass.
And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown.
Christian Watson.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Carlson's extra point up and good.
And that makes this a 9-point game.
So after the made field goal, here's Carlson to send it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Jefferson has his first catch. He also has a first down. Now the first carry for Cam Akers. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. The Vikings had 0-3 here to begin the campaign. And you hate to have to say it this early in the season, but getting close to must-win time, is it not?
And I totally understand why you expressed it that way because it's so early in the season it feels like hyperbole. But I think you are spot on this one. Yes, there's still time to turn things around, but they've got to start to win right now if they have any hopes of trying to make the playoffs.
You look at this Packers defense.
They put together a strong effort last week in the win over the Bears, CD.
And the big difference in the game, Their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
How about 25 yards on third down? They'll take it. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll look to throw here. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Here's 2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw.
They'll set up the screen here to Akers.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, this defense for the Packers, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. They'll look to throw again.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
Picked off by Jair Alexander.
And the Packers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45.
Eluding the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground. And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Here's 2nd and 8.
That's out to the flat for Akers.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Gets this to Campbell out on the right side. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 3.
Now back to throw.
He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
19 tight. 19 tight.
Back to throw again.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And
this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 12-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
And this offense on third down today, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board. It's now 9-3. Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out.
Here we go.
Throwing on first down. Abraham. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
The game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get 1 play before the 2-minute warning. And some room to work. And this will be a Packers first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
On the set.
Looking to throw. Abraham. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defensive credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Packers. Christian Watson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Packers are able to extend their lead. Carlson's extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Buffalo 18. Buffalo 80. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. 79 Broncos.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That is caught. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Drop 60. Drop 60. Warriors 70.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Pass complete to Akers on the out route. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Quay Walker. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Abraham. His throw incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
2nd and 10. Back to throw. Abraham. That one caught downfield by Watson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Abraham. He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers would extend their lead here just before halftime. Carlson's extra point up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. And opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. And the fair catch signaled for and taken, so they'll begin this 3rd quarter from their 25-yard line.
Ready. Red, yellow.
On 1st and 10, Abraham. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 51 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Operating from the gun. Abraham got Dobbs over the middle. And down inside the 15 he goes. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Ready.
On 1st down, Abraham. That'll be complete to the running back, Nwangu. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. In motion left goes Watson. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On 3rd and 2, Abraham. Touchdown, Packers. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Packers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Carlson's extra point up and good. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Carlson back out there now to send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one. Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
18, pioneer.
They'll set up to throw. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25.
19 tight, 19 tight. Panther 11, Panther 11.
They're going to try and throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Packers
Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through.
And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown.
Christian Watson.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Carlson's extra point up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
So after the made field goal, here's Carlson to send it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
This is 2nd and 8.
Hey, smash Bronco!
They'll go again here with Akers.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
So no gain on the play. They'll decline the penalty to not give him the down back.
And were you thinking to yourself that maybe they would take the yardage there?
Yeah,
because I definitely was. But as you noted, maybe they're just looking at the downs chart and saying, okay, we're comfortable where we are.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Ready.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Eric Stokes.
And into the end zone, it's a pick-6 and a Packer touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick-6.
And that defense is in a spot
What'd you say?
where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
20-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says that the slot receivers are the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch? Really nice job there, showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Mustang 19.
They're going to look to throw. And now here is another interception. And a great return here gets us one all the way down to the 26-yard line.
Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group. They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover, but I love their fight, planted their feet, and forced the incompletion on 1st down.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Abraham. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And it's a Packers touchdown.
Christian Watson.
26 yards.
And the Packers get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Carlson's extra point up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run. They go play action here on 1st down. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
2nd and 4. And he slings one that's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
They'll look to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Let's go now.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to pick up the Vikings 1st down. They needed 4, they got 8, and it results in a conversion on 4th down. A give running right is Akers.
Stops short of the 25. The nice move couldn't ultimately free him.
Eric Stokes in on the tackle. So from the 26-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5. On the counter, this is Akers.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 62 yards.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
62 Blaster.
On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangu.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
55 yards rushing for him now to this point.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. And they'll send the slot in motion left.
They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Now Carlson for the extra point.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
58, Vikings 3.
Carlson back out there now to send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, That's certainly something to take pride in.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
Ready?
Up the middle, Nwangu.
And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3.
Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film.